Welcome back to Pillar Sports. I am your host with the most, Manny, and today we are talking about the new man in town, the person that Ineos have chosen to be their guy. We are talking about Ruben Amorim. His first interview has landed and it's absolutely beautiful. First things first, I have to actually talk about this man, and dare I say it, this man has aura. I hate using that word. Usually, the kids of these days have absolutely made me detest the word about how many times they have used it in a sentence. However, this guy just wants he there's a way he speaks to you that makes you absolutely want to run through a brick wall. He was talking to that interviewer at Old Trafford, and I was ready right here, putting on my cleats, getting ready to go to the pitch. The last time I did that was for my coach, Kennedy Otto in CKC. If you know what that is, that was the last time I did that. That was the last time I felt in that place to kind of, you are talking to me and I can absolutely feel that I want to impress you. Usually the effect I have from talking to my pops, that is what I'm getting from Ruben Amorim, and it is beautiful. It is beautiful to see. Every single player coming into this pitch that speaks to this man and just hears this man speak, there's no way that you don't feel like you got something special. There's no way you don't feel like you got something special. And this is where it has to work out. It just has to work out in this position. We have to get something out of this man because this man has absolutely shown us what he wants to do. He has given us an idea of what he wants to do, and I cannot wait to see it. I can't wait to see it on the pitch. I can't wait. So I watched the entire interview, so you guys do not have to. And I'm going to be giving you guys my top 8, my top 9 sentences that Ruben Amorim said that only I was like, bro, you just know what to say. You have the right things. Everything that comes out of your mouth is absolutely perfect. And it was beautiful. It was beautiful. So the first thing he said that absolutely caught my mind was, I like to win. Have fun, but I like to win. This, you see the sentence, he absolutely knows Manchester United before even playing or before even coaching a game for Manchester United. Everything about that statement is descriptive of Manchester United. It is Ryan Giggs dribbling from his half and going to score and taking off his shirt, and you can all see the manscape that he needs but did not have at that particular time on his chest. It is Eric Cantona chipping the goalkeeper and audaciously turning around and looking at the Stretford end and looking how beautiful his goal was. Manchester United is fun, but Manchester United at the same time is winning. And that is what Ruben Amorim is bringing to Manchester United. The second statement that he made, a sentence that he made that absolutely caught my attention. And I have to give credit to the interviewer because the questions he asks was not cookie cutter. It's the questions that every United fan wanted to hear. United fans wanted to see. United fans wanted their new manager to absolutely mention. And he said, what is your philosophy in one word? And Ruben Amorim came out and said, my football philosophy in one word is team. That is the identity. Brothers and sisters, I almost fell out of my chair when I heard this because the way we have so many individuals in that dressing room, the way we have so many individuals in that dressing room, there's no way we could compete for the Premier League. Competing for the Premier League, you need a team. You need that ability to understand that there's absolutely nobody that is going to break us in this team. And that was his identity. He says the first thing that I would say in one word is team. And that basically ties us to being a team player, being versatile, being. And he also says this because the interviewer asked him, "What about the culture? What is the culture? What type of culture are you trying to bring in this?" And he goes on to say, he gives an example of how he was a team player, that he had played the number 10 position, the number 8 position, the number 6, fullbacks. The only position that he did not play was the goalkeeper and the number 9. And sometimes that required him to sit on the bench. And he says he knows everything that the players could be feeling because he has experienced it. He has experienced starting with Portugal. He has experienced starting with Benfica, starting with Braga. These are all teams that he has experienced starting with. And so he has all the experience in the world that the players are going to experience. And that gives him a unique vintage point about how he's going to coach these players and how this culture has to be, I sacrifice for my brothers and my brothers sacrifice for me. That is the key thing about this. It is the key thing about what we have to do as Manchester United. And I believe Ruben Amorim just shows me that he has what it takes. Third, like I said, they asked him, what is his, I'll be fourth. We're on the fourth one. They asked him, what is your number one priority? What are your priorities that you want to bring to Manchester United to start? I made a video last night or about 3 days ago talking about this. The number 5 things that he should do the moment he gets hold of that dressing room. And that number one thing that I said is what he said. He said, identity. Identity. That is the number one thing. And it blew my mind. It blew my mind. I was like, brother, you can't say anything wrong at this point. Even if we set you up for a fail, you're still gonna pass because it's an amazing thought. How do you come through with the ideas and even understanding what the fans want to hear, what the fans want to know, what we that have been watching this team for years on years are seeing with our eyes, and we just say, tackle this, and we believe that things will go right. And he comes out and he says his number one priority is getting an identity. Number one priority is getting an identity. Okay, that thing sounds like Fuji. Fuji, last song Fuji. You get me? But brother, it is beautiful. He continues, and this is the fifth one. He says, they asked him, what will be the thing that we would see in your first game at Old Trafford? In your, not at Old Trafford, but in your first game with Manchester United. It's against Ipswich. What will be the first thing? What should we look forward to? What is the team going to be like? And he says, and I'm paraphrasing here, he says, it's going to be difficult to see. But now this is the quote. He says, you will see an idea, position, and the future level of how we could get. This I can guarantee. This man said, you will see an idea, position, and a future level that we can get this, or which can get to. This I guarantee. Are you hearing what my coach is saying? This I guarantee. So for a fact is that we are going to be seeing the 3-4-3. I can say it. I can put money on it now. We are going to be seeing the 3-4-3 in against Ipswich next week. We are going to be seeing it. And yes, he also ties this into a later statement that he made about the youth. That I'm going to tie it back to this number 5 statement. But he said this, and I was like, yes, that is all we want. That's all we have been crying out about. Let us get an identity that if you bring a blind person and describe how Manchester United plays without telling him that it is Manchester United, that blind person will tell you that's Ruben Amorim's team. That is Manchester United. And that is the idea that we are going to be seeing against Ipswich. And I can't wait. I honestly can't wait. Bring him on. Bring it on. Now, number six. Number six, he says, I don't want to say that we need time. Oh, because they asked him, of course you need time. You're just getting here. The club is a big club, and the young players that we have. And this man responded, I don't want to say we need time, because one thing that we know for a fact is the fans of Manchester United are tired of time and time and time. We need to do it now. That is what we need to. And he says, I don't want to say that we need time because we are a young team. This is the key part. He doesn't want to say that we need time because we are a young team. He said they are prepared. He said this twice. They are prepared. They are prepared to cope with the demands of playing for Manchester United. Mic drop. I don't have a mic. Oh, this is the mic, but I'm not going to drop it because that's too expensive. But mic drop, Ruben Amorim. This is a statement. This is a sentence that depicts everything that we have wanted. The youth, there's this thing that my coach always tells me. Because when I first got into the varsity squad on my high school, I was a freshman. And my coach will always tell me, Baba will always say, we called him Baba at the time. Baba will always say, if you are old enough, if you are good enough, you are old enough. If you are good enough to play, you are old enough to play. I was a freshman and I was rolling with varsity. And that is what Ruben Amorim is saying here. He's saying these players, they would not be in the first team if they were not good enough. He called Kobe Menu, he called Toby Collier, he called Lenny Yoro, he called so many players, Garnacho. And Ruben Amorim says, if they are prepared, they are ready, they can cope with the demands of playing for Manchester United, brother, I got shivers down my spine. Listening to this kid, listening to Ruben Amorim, I'm feeling great. I feel like I can go right now with being overweight and not ready for a full 90 minutes, but I will try and play the full 90. Full on press. That's what this man is making me feel like. Is you dumb? Come on. Come on. Now number 7, he said this. He said this. He wants to start without fear. My ideas on how to play the system will start from day one. Not we need to give it time. Not we, the guys need to understand. And this is the I'm saying the quotes that we all know Erik ten Hag said. And it's not about Erik ten Hag. But the idea that he is going to bring in the way he wants to play right from day one. Right from day one, whether they get it or not. He also goes on to say he is going to keep it simple. He does not want to confuse the players because of the amount of information. Because we are not going to be seeing prime Amorim sporting ball against Ipswich. However, the idea will be there. The players playing without fear will be there. The encouragement of the coach telling the players, brother, go and play the way I tell you to play, but have no fear because you are not ready. So play it the way you know how to. It is beautiful. It is beautiful. And so they asked him. He said something also that made me really excited. Because every conversation you hear from people that make football content is how long are you going to wait to see a system? How long are you going to wait to see progress? How long? And I wish I had said this, but Ruben Amorim said it perfectly. He said, when you get time, The way you get time is by winning. You win time. Oh, he said you win time. So with every game you win, you are buying in time. Mogbe. He is so good at conversating. He is so good at telling people his goals. And he is so good at making sure that they hear what they want to hear. And it's not in a negative connotation, because I know that that is a possibility, but every United fan knows this. You, as a coach of Manchester United, the only way you can guarantee yourself time is by winning games of football. By winning games of football. And he said it in a perfect way, in Chef Kiss way, in Coach Kiss way. You win time. You win and you get time. The only way you get time is by winning. How many other ways do you want me to say it for you to get the gravitas of what this man is bringing to Manchester United? Of what he's bringing to Manchester United. Now, to go back to the team, when he says he wants a team, that is his philosophy. When this man was coaching at Sparta Pia in Portugal, if I'm not mistaken, there was a player that had a problem with his family case. He had a wife. I think his wife divorced or whatever it was, but that doesn't matter. The player was having financial issues. Ruben Amorim, till this day, is paying the rent of his player. Listen to me when I say this. When Ruben was leaving Sporting Lisbon, when he was leaving Sporting, you see people crying. You see older men that could be my dad crying. Women that could be my mom crying for their coach leaving because he had successfully created a family between the fans and the club. Between the fans and the club. Listen to me when I say this. There was one thing that every single player that played under Sir Alex would say, is that it was a father-son relationship. Sir Alex treated them like they were his sons. Same thing with fans. Sir Alex treated the club and the fans like we were family. And whether you were in Africa or you were in Europe or you were in Asia, you could feel that emanate through the TV, through the screen. And that is one of the reasons that I became a United fan. And I've never gotten that feeling back since he left in 2013. It felt like Sir Alex went to get milk from the gas station and never came back. And if Ruben Amorim can give the fans that same feeling, I can bet on it. I can bet on it that this sleeping giant will stand up once more. That this sleeping giant will stomp the Premier League once more. That this sleeping giant would absolutely dominate the Premier League again. Let me know what you guys think about Ruben Amorim down in the comments. Let me know if you see this quote and you are as excited like I am about the prospect of having Ruben Amorim in that home dugout. Let me know what you guys think, man. Hit that like button, hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button. Comment down below if you haven't